Defender Raphael Bajaunik has jostled with Erling Haaland and Rasmus Hojlund, and it was Manchester United's new £72 million signing that left a greater impression on the no-nonsense Austrian. The start of the Premier League season is still 2 days away. But this time last year, Erling Haaland already had 2 top-flight goals to his name. His single-handed opening day destruction of West Ham was a sign of what would follow from Manchester City's record-breaking phenomenon. 3 trophies, 50 more goals and 6 hat-tricks later, Haaland has thrown down the gauntlet to rival centre-forwards. But this season, he is no longer the only baby-faced, blonde-haired, left-footed, Scandinavian goal-scoring powerhouse in Manchester. He now has direct competition in his quest for striking supremacy in the form of Erik ten Hag's new £72 million frontman Rasmus Hojlund, who is set to miss the first few weeks of the season with an untimely back injury. One player who has marked both forwards is Austrian defender Raphael Bajaunik. Now with Dutch club Willem II, Bajaunik, then with WSG Tirol, faced Hojlund during his brief spell at Sturm Graz in a 2-2 back in February 2020. We were 1-0 up and then Rasmus scored twice. It was difficult to mark him because he is so fast, smart and is also very strong, recalled Bajaunik in an exclusive interview with Express Sport. Sturm Graz had just sold another attacker Kelvin Yeboah to Genoa, but I had to tell their manager they would sell this guy, Hojlund, for way more money. We exchanged trash talk during the game. He was so young yet still so good. He has what it takes to be one of the best strikers in the world. In a few years he could play for Real Madrid or Barcelona. He just needs time. Bajaunik also battled with City frontman Haaland during the Norwegians' days with Red Bull Salzburg before the City frontman earned an £18 million move to Borussia Dortmund in January 2020. I played against Haaland during my first ever match in the Austrian Bundesliga, said Bajaunik. He wasn't so special that day but still managed to score a penalty. Then he went crazy. Hojlund is a little bit like Haaland, I think. There are big similarities. Hojlund himself sees them too, recently stating, "He is fast. I am also fast. He is left-footed. I am also left-footed. He is strong and I am strong too." Bajaunik was right with his assessment of Hojlund's future price tag. Sturm Graz paid a mere £1.5 million to sign the highly rated prospect from FC Copenhagen in January 2022 before making a staggering £13 million in profit following a £14.5 million sale to Atalanta just 7 months later. The Serie A outfit have since made £59 million on that figure, following their agreement with the Red Devils. In the space of one season after Hojlund struck 10 times in 34 outings in Italy. Much like Ten Hag, Sturm Graz boss Christian Ilzer has revealed that Hojlund ticked crucial data metrics during recruitment meetings, prior to his arrival. It was clear they were acquiring a talent with a natural hunger to cause defenders problems and score goals. Ilzer recalled, "We had an eye on Rasmus for quite some time before his transfer to Graz. When we were searching for a new striker, we thought that Ross and his skill set would be a great addition for our team with his abilities, his speed, his general physique, his willingness to work against the ball and so on. We try to bring the strikers into the game as quickly as possible and to be as vertical as possible to hurt the opponents. That needs a lot of sprints and a lot of quick decisions from our strikers, and I think those are big strengths of Rasmus. Like with all players you might transfer, we had an extremely close look on Rasmus before we signed him. Apart from the scouting, we also had video chats with him and his family. The first in-person meeting was at our training camp in Katowice. There I already had a clear vision of him as a person. But when he arrived, he even positively surprised me in all the aspects of him as a person that we knew of before." Ilzer is adamant that United are getting their very own rock star and the perfect act to help execute Ten Hag's full-blooded, heavy metal football. It is like the pitch is a concert stage and he is a rock star that excites the crowd, Ilzer added. Quote, he is feeling naturally comfortable on that stage and that's why he was an instant fan favorite in his short time in Graz. It's why he was made for the biggest stages in football. Graz's CEO Andreas Schicker is adamant Hojlund has what it takes to play at the highest level, even if the rapid rise and upwards trajectory of his career has been somewhat sudden. He said, with Atalanta Bergamo I think he found an excellent club for his next step and I am confident in his abilities and that he has a great future at the highest European level ahead of him. His mindset, his personality and his skills with all his speed, power, depth, force and quality before the goal makes him a total package as a striker. Red Devils supporters face a small delay to witness Hojlund in the flesh, but the indications and insight from those that know him best suggest his return to action could inadvertently kickstart United's season.